These are the most popular songs in the USA. Now we're up to the first hit for a newcomer who was discovered at the Olympics. Not the Summer Games or the Winter Games, but the Rap Olympics. It was an event put on by an organization called the Rap Coalition that fights for the rights of rappers, helping with legal and business problems. And 2 years ago, back in 1997, to help new talent get noticed by record companies, the Rap Coalition put on an event in Los Angeles called the Rap Olympics. One of the categories was freestyle, which means the rappers make up rhymes right on the spot. And one of the competitors in that category was a white rapper from Detroit named Marshall Mathers, who called himself Eminem. His style was very much in your face, and though he came out in second place in the competition, he ranked number 1 in the eyes of legendary rap producer Dr. Dre. Dre heard Eminem doing his freestyle rap on an LA radio station that was broadcasting the Olympics, and he was so impressed he tracked down Eminem and signed him to his Aftermath label. Eminem says, quote, "It was an honor to hear the words come out of Dre's mouth that he liked my music. Growing up, I wanted to be Dr. Dre. He's the biggest hip-hop producer ever," unquote. Inching up a notch to number 29 is a song produced and co-written by Dr. Dre. Here's Eminem with My Name Is.
My name is what? My name is my name is Slim Shady. American Top 40.
Well, now we're up to the latest hit by Eminem, a rapper who's finally reached the goal he set for himself over a decade ago. But first, he had to make it past poverty, prejudice, and bad publicity. Marshall Mathers, the rapper Eminem, didn't have an easy time of it growing up in Detroit. Work for his single mom wasn't always steady, and they were forced to move often. They often ended up in neighborhoods where they were the only white family. Eminem says he felt like an outsider on his own street, but it also turned him on to rap. And at 12 years old, he fell in love with the lyric-driven music. He began writing and then performing in front of his mirror. Then in his mid-teens, he got up the nerve to rap publicly and was usually the only white kid at open mic competitions. More than once, he was booed off stage before he even started, but he wouldn't quit. Finally, last year, Eminem hit big with his breakthrough hit, My Name Is. He earned major sales and major criticism. His album's language and subject matter were pretty gritty, and certain critics and parental groups blasted him. But Eminem insisted those people missed the humor in his lyrics. And as if to prove his point, the Slim Shady LP won the '99 Grammy for Best Rap Album, and Eminem picked up the trophy for Best Rap Performance for My Name Is. This week, the performer who made it past poverty, prejudice, and bad publicity moves up 2 notches to number 32 on AT40, Eminem with The Real Slim Shady.
One more time, loud as you can. How does it go? I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
Counting down the hits with Casey Kasem.
Easing down 2 notches is a rapper who's agreed to appear as a cartoon character in South Park. In the meantime, here's Eminem and his group D12 down 2 notches to number 39 with Purple Hills.
American Top 40.
And that means we're up to the brand new number 1 song in the USA, brought to you by Toys R Us. It's by a rapper who's making his motion picture acting debut later this year in a film based on his own life. The movie is due out this coming November. It's called 8 Mile, and it's directed by one of Hollywood's biggest names, Oscar-winning film director Curtis Hanson, who's best known for hit movies like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, L.A. Confidential, and Wonder Boys. It was producer Brian Grazer's idea to put Curtis Hanson together with this rap star. He says, "I cast these two together because they're so different. It's the perfect counterpoint," unquote. And Curtis Hanson says working with this rap star was a remarkable experience, even though he'd done no acting before. Quote, "He's really smart and really serious. He came at the job with humility and self-discipline. He's a natural," unquote. A natural who this week climbs to the top of the pop chart for the very first time. The brand new number 1 song in the USA on American Top 40 is Without Me by Eminem.
2 trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside.
American Top 40.
And that means we're up to the brand new #1 song in the USA, brought to you by Toys R Us. It's by a rapper whose movie debut had the biggest opening weekend ever for a film starring a recording artist. Until now, that record was held by Aaliyah, whose debut film Romeo Must Die brought in $18 million its first weekend. But this first film appearance shattered that record. Its first weekend, it earned a landmark $54.5 million. On top of that, the movie 8 Mile has scored a triple crown. It's a #1 film with a #1 soundtrack on the album chart, and now a #1 on the pop chart. The brand new #1 song in the USA on American Top 40, Lose Yourself by Eminem.
American Top 40.
We're counting down to the #1 song in the USA. This next song is by Eminem, the latest star to enter the clothing business. He joins fashionistas like P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and Jennifer Lopez with a clothing line that reflects his own style of dressing. The line is called Shady Gear, and it'll be in the stores in August. Here on the survey, new fashion guru Eminem falls from #4 to #8 with Lose Yourself.
The hits from coast to coast.
In this week for Kasem, I'm Pat O'Brien. We're counting down the nation's top 40 hits. Now we're up to the song Superman by a superstar who says his fear of going to jail turned his life around. Eminem says up until that point he was living a life that was spinning out of control. He was filled with anger, and anger was running his life. Quote, "It wasn't me trying to portray a certain image or live up to anything. That was me letting my anger get the best of me, which I've done many times." But Eminem adds to that, quote, "No more." Everything changed in 2001. That's when he was charged with carrying a concealed weapon and pulling it out during a fight at a Detroit nightclub. As a result of that incident, the judge gave Eminem 2 years probation, and then the judge told Eminem something that turned him around. He let him know that if he let his anger get out of control again, he was looking at a minimum sentence of 5 years in prison. That hit Eminem hard. 5 years in lockup is a long, long time. He says he decided to slow down, to deal with his anger, to think before he overreacted. He says that threat of prison changed his life. This week, the star is being super careful with his temper, has another hit on the survey, soaring 6 notches to #19. Here's Eminem with Superman.
Number 34.
Tumbling 8 notches is Eminem, who recently won the Detroit Music Award for Outstanding National Single for his smash Lose Yourself. The awards honor musicians who originate in Detroit. Here's Motor City Marshal Eminem with a follow-up to Lose Yourself, Superman, featuring Dina Ray.